Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. It's crazy to think that we're already a week in November, and yes, we're actually pretty cold up here in Oregon, hence the puffy jacket and the beanie. But yeah, so anyways, it might seem as if this video is coming a little bit late. It's already a week into November, it's a little bit crazy. But this is actually just for the people who are in the freak out mode about holiday shopping. So today we are covering a few things that can still help you to prepare financially for the holidays and to take a lot of the stress out of working 9 jobs to pay for all the gifts for the holiday parties through the family and gift exchanges and everything throughout the whole holiday season. It's full of all these parties, gift exchanges, birthdays. For me personally, I actually have 6 brothers and a sister, and somewhere in the 50s cousins range, and that can seem extremely daunting when looking at your budget for Christmas. And if you're in that position as well, then this is the perfect video for you. Let's jump right in to the first point, which is setting expectations. Now, setting expectations is a little bit awkward. It can be hard to have these conversations, and so it's not as easy as it sounds. But whether it's necessary, whether you make $200,000 a year or if you make $10,000 a year. This is actually because even if you have the money to spend a bunch on these gifts, someone that you're spending this money on might not have even close to half that amount to spend on a gift for you. And so it creates this awkward tension, either if you expected something nicer or if they didn't expect something so nice. Yeah, the conversations are not super fun, but the best thing is immediately after you have the conversation, everyone involved is actually at ease. So in this conversation, you want to set a budget for the gifts, and while you shouldn't be cheap with the gifts, you should definitely make sure to do something that is manageable for you. And if the other person has a lower budget, then it's perfectly fine to go and get them a lower budget gift as well. And feel free to still spend a little more than what they can if you want. But an issue can come up if that is that they may actually feel bad for not being able to get you as a nice gift as you got them. Now, I've definitely felt this way before, especially since I'm a broke college student. So setting expectations is one of the most comforting things that you can do about your holiday shopping. The next thing is, instead of exchanging gifts, you can find fun events for either your family or your friends to go do together. I think this tip is especially important for parents. This means creating traditions to do together each year. This can be caroling, it can be stringing popcorn with a needle, making cards together, or making cookies, going sledding, or anything that makes the holidays kind of bring you or your family together. That's really what the most important thing is. And it actually is a nicer thing to get than a gift. Now, this is a great thing to set up for your friends as well, because not everyone can afford to get most of their friends anything for Christmas or a birthday, and by creating fun traditions like this, I would argue most anyone could afford some string and some popcorn, right? Some thread, a needle, and 10,000 popcorn kernels is like $5. Or get together some ingredients for all their friends to come over and make cookies together, to watch Christmas movies while you do it. This compared nicely, really nicely, with the first point of setting expectations by saying something along the lines of like, hey, I really can't afford to get you something this year, but I actually have this idea and it could be really fun for us to still do together, and I still want to spend time with you, and I want you to still feel like we're either family or friends. This is a really easy way to build relationships, and it's also a good way to save a little on the side. Third point is holiday parties. Now, this could include an office Christmas party or a gift exchange between friends or family. And one of the best ways to keep these costs down and keep your stress down in this area, especially if you have a big family like me, is to suggest a potluck or gift exchange. Now, every year, between 30 and 50 of my family members meet up at one of the aunts or uncles' houses, and then we have a big white elephant but with actual like nice gifts to get. You know, white elf ones have this bad reputation. Now this is usually a pretty fun game for everyone, and everyone usually brings like a gift and some food, and it's just like hours of fun to spend together, and you actually get to go home with hopefully something you like. One year I got a dollhouse. That was not a fun year. But anyhow, it can really help out family members to save as well. And whoever's hosting not only doesn't have to cook everything, but also doesn't have to buy everything. My grandma, as sweet as she is, she probably spends close to like $500 for Christmas dinner or Thanksgiving dinner. And she has to get up at like 6 a.m. to go and cook all day long for us to all come over and then have like a year's worth of leftovers in the freezer. And so I want to suggest just like everyone bring something, and so she doesn't have to cook every single thing. She literally gets up and peels potatoes the days before. Anyways, the fourth thing is just as easy as sticking to your budget and doing it as early as possible. Now, for those of you just starting now, that's actually okay. You simply need to calculate about how much you can spend on gifts, divide it by the number of people you're buying gifts for, and then divide that number by the number of months you have left. Now, this could work for Christmas, it could work for birthdays. It just depends on whenever you're giving the gift. This is what's known as a sinking fund. Sinking funds are a great way to prepare for the holidays because you know before you go into the store, how much you're spending, and you're not crying when you're walking out of the store after Black Friday shopping, like I've done once or twice maybe. Shopping the deals are important, but also look out for stores like ramping up their prices right before Black Friday because they want to make it seem like a bigger and greater deal than it actually is. Having the budget and sticking to it will definitely increase your happiness during the holidays. And that's really it for today's video, guys. I'll have another video coming out soon on budgeting, how to set one up step by step, and what a normal budget is, you know, the average budget in America, and how you can actually vastly improve on this normal that everyone lives by. And I have actually a little call to action for you guys watching today. Now, if you made it to the end of this video, I want you to go and leave a comment on what you might have thought was the most insightful strategy or the most helpful for you guys for preparing financially for the holidays. And also just comment if you have any other ideas. So what works best for you? What's worked in the past? What's your favorite holiday tradition even? Go ahead and leave that down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like button because it really vastly helps out the YouTube algorithm, as they say, for promoting this video and getting it out there for others to see and enjoy. Anyways, thanks and bye.